Chapter 10. Did you ever move as a child? What was that experience like? This question is very easy to answer. No. I do think that I can expand on it, though. My mom and dad bought the house at 220 Dale Avenue just after they were married in 1945. As it turns out, they had made a very good choice. It was next door to my dad's sister Josephine and her family, and not too far from another sister Jane and her family. Also, a little later, his mother and brother built a house down at the end of the block on Oakwood Avenue. Since my parents stayed in that same house, I continued to go to the same school. I never experienced moving to a new home or a new school. That would have been pretty hard to do. I did see some of my close schoolmates move away. It was hard to see them go. Some I never saw again. That would have been many times as hard if I had to move and never see many of them again. Yes, we stayed in our house, and my dad stayed with the same job at Eisner's. But through the years, we made many changes and improvements to the house. We put in an indoor bathroom, changed the heating from a coal furnace to natural gas, added air conditioning, and upgraded the electrical system, put aluminum siding on over the shake shingles, and enclosed the back porch. It was always a very comfortable home for me as I grew up. My dad and mom continued to live there through the years until both eventually passed away. I sold the house after that, and the latest owners did not keep it up. Now it is no longer there. When Marilyn and I were married in 1967, we moved into a first-floor apartment in a two-story house on Robinson Street. It was pretty nice. It had a living room with a fireplace, two bedrooms with a bathroom between, a nice big kitchen, and a dining room. We lived there when Michelle was born, and then that summer we moved into Marilyn's parents' house. Her father was transferred to the railroad office in Dalton, Illinois. We were living at the Kuhn house on Denmark Road when Marilyn had her accident in 1972. Michelle and I continued to live there until Mrs. Kuhn moved back in 1974, after Mr. Kuhn had passed away. The next home for Michelle and me was at Lake Forest Apartments on North Vermilion Street. This was a newly built complex and one of the nicest in the city. I made sure that Michelle could continue to go to Edison School just down the street, and which was the best in the city. The two-bedroom apartment that we had was used as the show apartment and had a complete set of furniture for display. When I signed the agreement, I also made deals with the local furniture store to buy their display pieces and just leave them there. I did bring the table and chairs that my mom and dad gave me. I had those for many years. We also had the master bedroom set that Mr. and Mrs. Kuhn gave us as a wedding present. I still have the dresser from that set. There has been only one more address. That is the home that Michelle and I had built at 30 Poland Road in 1976. Like my mom and dad did, we continued to make changes and improvements. For a while, I would take my bone annual profit sharing and make improvements. We added the family room one year. Another year, we put asphalt on the driveway. Another year, we added a deck and later doubled the garage and driveway. Then when Michelle headed to college, that annual check went toward her education. It couldn't have been going to a better cause. Just like when I was a child, I don't think about moving. There's no place like home.